So it's that time of year again, Super Bowl time, which means only one thing for someone like me who has no interest in American football. New trailers! So a couple of new ones came out. I'm going to go over The Flash. So we're going to do a quick review and then we're going to go through it in a little bit more detail. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Turn this volume down. Oh, this looks good. Ezra Miller, why did you have to be a creep? Classic Flash origin, based on the Flashpoint story, which is really good. So. Serial killer level talk here, but okay. Is that the Dark Knight Rises castle? Wayne Manor? Ben Affleck. Zod. Oh. Goddamn Batman. Say it. Say it. He said it. Oh. May not. Yeah. Wow. God. Oh, you're in trouble now. That was my kill. June 16th. Wow. Okay. What go through there? First off, I think that looks good. That looks pretty exciting. I'm not a huge fan of DC movies, other than the classics, like anything to do with Batman. Obviously, they always win, but the DC universe is obviously a absolute cluster fire of garbage at the moment. The whole thing's getting rebooted, and if you're going to reboot it, this is the film to start the reboot. The Flashpoint story, which is obviously is based on, is a resetting of the DC universe in the comics anyway. So, a couple of things on here I thought were cool, like this suit. Apart from it's weird, it makes his head look really big. The suit's cool. I like this suit. It's better than the one from the Justice League movie, which is all armory and like had like armor plates on it, which didn't make any sense for a speedster. Why is he covered in armor? This is gonna weigh him down. This is slick, looks fast. So, yeah. What else? Let's see. Go through this Batman. This looks like. Yeah, this looks like Keaton Batman with the super rubber neck, and he's clearly been in trouble because he's covered in blood. But this looks like the Keaton Batman suit. with the super rubbery feel and look, like really stiff. We'll see, and we get another glimpse of, which kind of looks like the Affleck Batman with the smaller ears. You know, like the smaller ears, typical of the Affleck Batman, a bit more square. The bike, again, it was a bit more like the bike is a bit more of a Christian Bale sort of Batman, but we'll see. I don't know if Christian Bale's Batman's going to be in here. The Dark Knight Batman. That might be a stage. Matt Reeves' Batman definitely won't be in here. The Robert Pattinson Batman. Shocked if he's in here. Progresses here, obviously. Barry, the Flash. Barry's mother dies, is killed by, a character. Obviously, the character that comes into play later on, possibly in the story. We'll see if it follows the same path. No spoilers if you don't know the story, but his mum dies early on. Classic hero journey. There's Barry. We get a couple of cool shots of things. This is clearly Barry going back in time, and things are getting a bit messed up. Which is, if this is the first Barry or the second Barry, I'm not sure. But yeah, and I like these cool visual effects of the lightning, the Speed Force blasting off of him. I think it's a cool feature. It looks really nice. Again, Barry. This is clearly a different timeline where Barry's mother has lived, and this is the timeline he's come back into. He's gone into this timeline to try and turn this timeline into the main timeline. And, well, spoilers, it doesn't work out well for him in the comics. Again, this would be Barry meeting his mum, and then double Barry. Interesting. Clearly, this is going to be our Barry on the left. This is going to be the main Barry, with new Barry on the right. Clearly, at the moment, neither of them, if I'm right, neither of them have powers. When Barry comes back into time, and his mum's still alive, he doesn't have his powers. So he's gone back in time to save his mum, and he's gone to a different timeline, and he has no powers anymore. In fact, he creates a world with no metahumans at all. So no superpowers at all. And here we get clearly Wayne Manor. Now this does look like the Wayne Manor from this feels more like the Wayne Manor from the Dark Knight Rises, than the Keaton Batmans, if I can remember. I didn't think the Keaton Batmans ones looked like that. I could be wrong, but I thought this looked more like the Dark Knight Wayne Manor. Either way, inside is clearly Batman, compared to Keaton Batman. This looks like Barry getting his powers. He's in his lab. He's getting struck by lightning, but we've got other Barry here as well, so I'm not sure this is going to play out. Again, in the comic, Barry loses his powers and he goes to Batman to help him get them back. And there's a scene later on which clearly looks like that's what they're doing as well. They're using Batman's technology and resources to try and get his powers back. Like here, they've got this lightning, they're trying to attract the lightning. So maybe that's the same scene, and both Barrys have come in. He's gone into his lab, and they're using this to attract the lightning to get Barry's powers back. And if they do the same with the comics, it doesn't work the first time. He just gets struck by lightning and gets burned all over. But he makes him do it again, and the second time he gets it. So I think they'll probably go down a slightly different route here, whereby when he's getting his own powers back, he gives it to the other Barry as well. He'll probably come in by mistake or to do something. So he's getting the power. He's going to get the power too. Become the Flash. This is. I noticed this when I saw it. I thought it was great. This is the ring, the classic Flash ring, which hides his suit. So his suit is in the ring, and when it opens up the ring, the suit bursts out, and then it expands obviously, and he super speeds into the suit. So it looks like what they're going to be doing here as well. The suit's going to pop out. It's the same suit that Barry was wearing at the start. You can tell there'll be lines and everything. So that's a cool feature. That's a cool wee nod to comics, and like the absolute ridiculousness of most superhero things. Like, where does he keep his suit? He keeps it in a tiny ring, and just using science magic, it expands and contracts. But whatever. And yeah, see, well, there's the Ben Affleck Batman back. This is going to be clearly in the DCEU universe. I liked Ben Affleck's Batman. I thought it was good. It was a good interpretation of an older Batman. It had some interesting stories to tell. Didn't really get a chance to see many of them, but I thought his Batman was good. His Bruce Wayne was probably one of the better Bruce Waynes as well. So it's good to see him back here, even though it's a bit sad that we'll probably never see him again as Batman, or any of these characters that are here. We're never going to see any of them again because of the James Gunn reboot, but maybe we'll go out on a bang. So we're going back now, and you can see Zod is there, and it looks like because Barry has gone back in time to change things, there's no Superman around to stop Zod. So we're getting this scene here where the World Engine, or the World Transformer, whatever it is going to come and sort of mess Earth up quite a bit without Superman here. Now, I don't know if these are just random civilians that are going to get... Yeah, these must just be randoms definitely getting murdered. I thought maybe at some point that was going to be Barry or someone else, but these are just people who's going to get murdered. They're dead. So yeah, things are not looking good for our Earth here. Zod is back. Now, I don't know if this is new footage or if this is Michael Shannon is back to film new stuff. He looks about the same age he did when Man of Steel came out, so could be he can't. I don't know if he's come back to do reshoots or add some more. If this is new dialogue or it's just reused footage from Man of Steel. Some of this looks like it's exactly the same as Man of Steel, so we'll wait and see. Here we find Kara Zor-El. Not Superman like it is in the comics. In the comic, it's Superman who's in a government facility. He's picked up as a child and put into a dark hole, basically, where he's not ever allowed to see the sun. They figure out pretty early on that his powers are derived from the sun. They put him in this dark hole, and he's left to basically rot. So he's super skinny and super emaciated. But they've gone with Kara Zor-El this time rather than with Superman. So Supergirl, Kara Zor-El, that should be interesting. I don't know who this actress is, but she looks pretty good, you know. With the role, she looks like she fits the role, so we'll see how she plays out in this story. And then we get the big reveal for this trailer. The big thing for this movie, and the big thing for the reveal. You get Keaton's Batman. There's the Batmobile from the early days of the Batmobile, and here's why. This good old style, like the classic Batmobile. Yeah, this is the one that I grew up with. This is the one that a lot of people remember fondly as the Batmobile and as Batman. We get the classic pointy ears, like the really pointy ears, like of Keaton's Batman. They were super high. They're almost like horns. Yeah, it's such a classic Batman look. Then the absolute, again, I use the word again, classic bat symbol with the black and yellow. Michael Keaton's batsuit doesn't look like it's changed much at all, but I guarantee it has changed a lot. The technology for the suit making stuff in the last 30 years, 30 plus years, more than that probably, has gone on leaps and bounds, and he will be allowed to turn his neck. But goddamn, Michael Keaton looks good. He still looks like good in there, yeah. And then the absolute iconic line of "I'm Batman." Oh, when I heard that, it took my excitement level up a notch. I don't even care if this movie's going to suck. Like, if Michael Keaton's back as Batman, I am in. And so far, it doesn't look like it's going to suck. It looks like it might be pretty good. It also looks like Michael Keaton has been doing his yoga, because he is a lot more acrobatic than he was in Batman and Batman Returns. tell you that for sure. He is flying down, picking up guys, dropping them, whereas before he would just throw grenades at them and blatantly kill them. Now he's doing like what we come to know as the Batman, the Batman techniques, the Batman moves. Like he's flying with his cape, he's dropping boys, he's expert fighter, kicking ass left, right, and centre. And the classic sort of comedy. I think these are good. It's going to be quite humorous. I think the movie's going to be quite. I mean, you can't take yourself seriously, especially the Flash. The Flash doesn't take himself seriously at all. This movie's not going to be that serious. I think the humor in the trailer has worked. Like even just seeing him faint at the sight of Batman. He doesn't faint because he's seen Batman loads of times. So that's cool. And then we get this. Now this looks. I think this is going back to the first scene, and this is going to be Ben Affleck's Batman. Even though this bike looks an awful lot like the bike that Christian Bale uses in the Dark Knight Rises, I still think this is Bale's Batman. Not Bale. This is Ben Affleck's Batman. We shot of Kara. Some more. The world is literally falling apart because Barry refuses to let his mother go and die. The CG at the moment looks great. This looks colourful, clear. The Speed Force technique looks great. Again, more Batman. Just who doesn't love Batman? Batman doing what Batman does. Now here you go. This looks like it's going to be the Flash, and I think this is going to be the two Flashes, both Barrys, fighting Zod. This looks like it calls back to where Zod was. This could even be the climactic battle, and it seems like this will probably be a climactic battle of the movie, where we're fighting to restore the world as we know it, and then this cool little scene where they touch shoes for sprinting off and creating a massive Speed Force explosion. That looks pretty cool. And they're obviously, who are these guys? These look like the Kryptonians. They're getting messed up with the Speed Force. So this looks cool. Yeah, it's a Kryptonian ship. So this looks cool. Like, I am in to watch this so far. We get some Kara. Kara's going to come up and mess up the Kryptonians. She's not having any of this. She's got all the powers of, like, Clark, and in many cases, she's stronger than Clark. So this is an interesting Batman suit. This is probably a new Batman. You know, this is not a suit I've seen before. It's got the classic sort of bluish grey cape. But this does look like the same Batman that was on the bike earlier. So this could be Bale's Batman, just in a different suit. Not Bale, I keep saying Bale. This could be Ben Affleck's Batman, but in a different suit. It's got the blue cape, the cowl and the ears and that definitely look similar to what Ben Affleck's Batman was wearing. But he's never really seen that blue before, and the grey. It seems quite a tactical Batman. So we'll see how that pans out. Oh, Barry's not happy about something. And then, just every time I see this bat symbol, I just get pangs of joy, and I cannot wait for this. And then we get a reveal. Batman knows what's going on. He's freed Kara, and boof, there's Kara Zor-El out of her prison, into the sun, repowered, super angry, comes down, we're going to mess stuff up. So this looks cool. It's always hard to do these sorts of shots to make them look really good. I mean, it could be fixed in post a little bit, but that looks a bit too smoothed out. But still, altogether, pretty cool scene. I mean, these guys are dead for sure. They're not really pulling any punches about these guys not dying. For sure, Kara has just killed all of them. And we get our best shot of Kara. I wonder how she's going to be introduced, like, without Clark without Kal-El. She comes down before Clark, or in this universe, I think they came down in. She came down in a ship. Yeah, she came down in a ship before Clark. So where is Clark? Where is Superman in this universe? Did his ship go off course? Maybe he never got sent off from Krypton. It's always a bit strange, like how on Earth could Barry changing his mum dying, which definitely happened after Clark came to Earth. How did that affect Clark come to Earth? Like Barry's mum died after Clark came to Earth, so we'll see how they explain that. Then we get the Flash. Quick establishing shot of Barry and Barry. This dynamic between the two. I mean, it's the same actor, right? So there's going to be chemistry. The dynamic seems to be like it'd be the sort of the main focus of the show, the film's humor is going to be the dynamic between these two. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, and see if that's going to be grating. It's either going to be super grating or it's going to work. And there we go. Only in theaters, June 16th. If I'm honest, I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to this movie. I've not looked forward to many DC movies for a long time, but I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be interesting. It's a slightly bittersweet note that if this does work, it shows what it could have been. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But until the movie comes out, and when it does, I'll do a little review. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.